We are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to all. We hope that you are well today. We are here on World Kidney Day 2024. Yes, yes. Let's advocate for those kidneys and let everyone join us. Today, we have the incredible Quinn cousin, and she is Aurinia's Advocacy and Strategic Alliances Manager. Welcome, Quinn.
Thank you for having me, Chandra. I'm happy to be here. Happy World Kidney Day.
Yes. Who better else to have on outside of people who are going through kidney issues, chronic kidney disease, lupus nephritis, and or even those who have been blessed to have transplants. But we wanted to have someone who is knowledgeable in, the field of kidney awareness. So we got Aurinia, we got Quinn Cousins. So what do you want to share with us today?
Well, today I want to share with you our campaign called the Get Uncomfortable campaign, because what we realized during the pandemic is that people were um, missing appointments, not really focusing on, their kidney health. And it's understandable. You're juggling a lot. There's a lot going on. And we fully understand the complexities of managing a disease like lupus and lupus nephritis. But what we also know is that protecting your kidneys is vitally important to longevity and health. And so what I'd like to do is share some slides that we have that highlight our Get Uncomfortable campaign, which is really an activation campaign designed to encourage people to stay on top of their kidney health and really know what those lab values are so that they can have, conversations with their providers that ensure that they are focusing on their kidney health. So if you don't mind, I will share my screen.
Absolutely. Take it away. Take it away. In the meantime, did you guys know that 1 in 10 Americans will be affected by kidney disease? Yes, it is silent. It's very silent. So you need to make sure that when you are going to your doctor and you get your blood work, you need to make sure that you get those kidneys tested. As Aurinia says, pee in a cup. Let's get uncomfortable. Let's get uncomfortable. You ready? All righty. We got you there.
Absolutely. So, this is the campaign, and it is focused on helping people to prioritize lupus and their kidneys and making sure that they are peeing in that cup and getting their kidneys tested. So, as I mentioned before, we gained insight, during the pandemic that people were missing their appointments, and it was just not the most convenient time to have any type of chronic disease. So we fully understand the burden of making sure that you are taking care of your health. But missing those appointments and not really prioritizing your kidney health, unfortunately, lupus nephritis is elusive and its progression is mostly unnoticeable. So until it's in the severe stages, and it may be too late. And so the only way to overcome these hurdles is to get uncomfortable with the realities of lupus nephritis. And what our goal is to make sure that people living with lupus nephritis visit their doctor for routine lab testing and engage discussions about lupus nephritis. So obviously, this is the campaign. And like I said, we just want to make sure that people are aware of what the goals are and what they need to be doing in order to ensure that they don't stop at their kidney, that they stay on top of their kidney health. Tony Braxton is an advocate for us. She is living with lupus. And if people want to take out their phones right now and scan the QR code, they can actually see and hear Tony describe her journey living with lupus. So some uncomfortable facts about, lupus and lupus nephritis is that 1 in 3 people living with lupus nephritis will experience, kidney failure. But the guidelines recommend that we stay on top of this by at least every 3 months, getting your kidneys checked by peeing in a cup. And the risk of death, unfortunately, is 3 times greater with people living with lupus nephritis than with people who do not have kidney involvement who also have lupus. So, what should you look for, Chandra? You should look for unusual swelling in your ankles and legs, increases in blood pressure. And so, what do I mean by that? So, if your blood pressure is normally 110 over 70, and now all of a sudden it's 130 over 90, that's a significant increase in blood pressure. And so, we know that that's an indication that there's something going on. The other thing that you need to look for is sudsy, frothy urine. So, what does that look like? So, that looks like just a layer of froth on top of urine. And so that's also an indication that there may be protein present, and that's called proteinuria. So what we try to do as an organization is to try to stay engaged and raise awareness. So we do that through walks, we do that through our social media campaign. We also have a microsite, and we also have online banners where people can find us and get more information about the Get Uncomfortable campaign. Because, like I said earlier, lupus nephritis, it can be silent. And unfortunately, if it's silent, the issue is that we can develop severe disease and not know it. So you have to stay on top of that testing. And so it may be hard to manage lupus and lupus nephritis, but it's worth it to stay on top of your kidney health. So what we like to do now is encourage everybody in the Facebook audience to get out their phones and scan this QR code so that you can get more information about not only lupus nephritis, what your lab should be, information about how to have an engaged conversation with your physician, and a find a doctor tool. So if you need to find a nephrologist or a rheumatologist, these doctors have already been vetted and agreed to take care of people living with lupus. And it also, you're able to also put in your insurance so that you can ensure that, the physicians are aware of what insurance you actually have. So with that, we just like to invite people to engage with us, go onto the QR code and get more information about lupus and lupus nephritis. So thank you, Chandra, for allowing me to share those slides.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Quinn. And we appreciate you coming on and sharing that information. No matter how many times we hear it, it's always good to hear it because it refreshes our memory. We're able to share it. And thankfully, this particular broadcast that we're doing, it is live, and we will be able to share it on all our social media platforms. But just in case you missed it today, you will someone will be able to see it, in the future. So we live on. We live on. We live on. But you said some very, very good information in there, and it's very important that we take care of our kidneys, like you said, because there's a lot that could be going on. The kidneys are helping us live. You have to, everything is filtered through there. So, it's a very, 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 very main organ that helps us live. Let's see. We got somebody in the comments. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, we have one of our sorors here. She says, I'm here, sis. Hey, Sora. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, everyone. Do you want to discuss if you suffer from chronic kidney disease or if you have lupus nephritis? I'm not sure if you're interested in sharing, but I know you be on live a lot and you do not mind sharing your story, sis. Would you like to put in the comments about any facts or anything or any questions you may want to ask? I don't want to put you on the spot, but we're here today. It's World Kidney Day, so let's get the information out. But in the meantime, did you all know that smoking increases the risk of developing disease by 50%? That's all smoking. That's even vaping. That's marijuana, medical marijuana, all of that, cigarettes, all of that increases the risk of developing kidney disease.
I did not know that, Chandra. That's an interesting fact. I didn't know all smoking. I knew smoking cigarettes, but not all smoking. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, I'm going to say all smoking because no one should be smoking No one should be smoking. So we want everybody to stop smoking. So yes. Also, as I said earlier, the kidneys are complicated, but they're such an amazing organ that does so many essential tasks to keep us healthy. And we don't think about the kidneys. We don't think about the heart. We don't think about the lungs. We just go along with our day, but they are working very, very hard to make sure that we are safe and well. And you also have to know that you have to have your fluid intake. Drinking water is important for kidney health. One way of knowing, as Quinn mentioned, that realizing that something may be going on. You mentioned the swelling in the ankles or the edema that you can acquire.
Yes. Yes, that's one way. And one of the doctors mentioned at a talk that we had that the edema, one way to know if you actually have edema or just, swelling because you maybe ate, you had a high salt intake, is to kind of mash on your ankle or your leg at nighttime. And if that impression is still there in the morning, then you know that, there may be a problem.
And if it is there, it is definitely a problem. The swelling can, that with the edema, if you press on it, like you say, the mark stays there. I remember when I first started having kidney issues, my feet were so swollen. They were calling me Flintstone because my both my feet were so swollen, and the lower extremities of my leg was swollen, and it was like, I started seeing the frothy urine. I think that was one of the first signs that I noticed, although everything was going haywire. That's why they say it's silent, because you really don't know what's happening until some of the signs start occurring. But yeah, it happens, and you definitely have to stay on top of that. You got to get those tests done. You should be doing that anyway when you see your physician, your rheumatologist, because you have lupus anyway. You want to make sure that you get that tested. And what you say, Quinn? Don't let them tell you anything. You get your own advocate. Just
Yeah,
don't listen.
you
You
definitely
know,
have to advocate for yourself, because what we know is that anything above, zero point 0.5 grams, we know that there's kidney involvement of proteinuria. So we want to make sure that you're getting, according to the guidelines, that you're getting your kidneys, peeing in that cup at least quarterly. So once every 3 months, you need to pee in a cup, and just, make sure. We know it's uncomfortable. Nobody likes to pee in a cup. I just went to the doctor and had to pee in the cup. Um,
mhm.
just to ensure and to make sure that that silent disease isn't creeping up on us, and we stay on top of it, because we know that there are treatment options out there that are available to people if in fact they stay on top of it. It's when it gets, to severe areas where then we run into, significant issues. So we just want to make sure we don't go down that path.
We definitely want to stay on top of it, because the quicker you can get the information and know that there is something going on, the quicker they can start, addressing the issue. You don't want to wait until your third stage or fourth stage, which it happens, and sometimes it can happen. We have no control over that. But if you get tested, as she said, you'll be able to stay on top of it and maybe catch it when it's first stage or second stage. I myself deal with third stage renal failure, chronic kidney disease, lupus nephritis. My kidneys have been affected from the lupus, but they were also affected because of the blood pressure, which came from the lupus. So lupus sucks, y'all. I'm not sure if y'all know that, but I am a survivor. I have been living with lupus for 34 years, and I do want to give a testimony because, like I say, my kidneys are damaged, but I have yet to have to do dialysis. I thank God for that. But if this is my course that I have to take, there are so many amazing warriors that show me every day that doing dialysis can be done, and you can still thrive and live your best life with that.
Thank you for sharing that. That's very uplifting. I appreciate that.
Oh, yes, we have some strong warriors, not just strong, but mentally strong, physically strong, and they show you, and they're very transparent about the disease, and that's what it's all about. Just bringing awareness to not just lupus, but all autoimmune diseases and everything that's going on in the world. But because we don't have that much attention, we have to scream a little louder, hear us, hear us, hear us. Lupus is a very important disease that all the attention needs to be brought on. We want to be in places where we say, that you wear the pink and everybody knows, cancer, so we want to be able to, have our purple on, and you say, oh, I have lupus, and then I'm looking like, I think I heard of it, I kind of know. We want you to know about lupus. It is a autoimmune disease that can attack every part of your body. So prayers to everyone who's going through, but you can live a wonderful life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You
Yes.
are definitely a living testimony for that.
Yes, yes. You have to have the support system, and you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself. Let's see. Let's see. We have a question here. She says, I have SLE lupus, which is the lupus that systemic lupus erythematosus, and that's the one that starts to attack your entire body, your organs and everything. But my question is, what vitamins do you recommend to help with kidney function? That is a good question. Vitamin D, as far as I know, you have to get that vitamin D in. You have to get that vitamin D in. And we also must mention that Quinn is not a physician. Quinn,
Correct.
Quinn is the Advocacy and Strategic Alliances Manager. So she helps with promoting chronic kidney disease and lupus nephritis, to bring attention to it and make people aware and let them know, to make sure they stay on top of it, to have information for them ready, available if they need it. Like she said, there is the app, the Get Uncomfortable app, where you can go to, and there's a lot of important information on there. You can scroll through there and get some information. You can also go to the kidney not world kidney, the kidney
National Kidney Foundation.
Thank you, National
Yeah.
Kidney Foundation, and they have a plethora of questions and answers for you. But yes, from my understanding, that vitamin D, I know they continuously tell me to take that vitamin D. And you also have to listen to your doctor, although sometimes you do have to question your doctor when they tell you, and just don't take it for face value. But yes, if you need to take your medications and stay on top of your health. And thank you for that question. That's a really good question. That is a really good question. Let's see.
And
Is
the other
there
thing I would like to add on that is that if you want to go to our site, it is getuncomfortable.com. And so you can go to that site, and there are resources on that site. And there's also All In for lupus nephritis.
Yes.
All of those words together. So spell it all out. All In for lupus nephritis. And you can go there. And what we have on there are nutritional guides, and that will help, answer that question about what foods to eat, supplementation that you ask about, and those types of questions. But again, just all kinds of resources to help people live well with lupus and lupus nephritis.
Thank you. Thank you for updating them on that information. There's several sites to get that information. And also just speaking with other warriors who suffer from lupus, they may, be able to have more information for you, as well as in which direction, which route they took with their health, which way the doctor guided them. So that's always good too, to have other people who suffer from the disease that can, share their story and tell you, what's worked for them, but what has worked for them may not work for you. So, but it's always good to hear other stories. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Quinn?
No, I just like to, just say that, we at Aurinia are dedicated to supporting people living with lupus and lupus nephritis. And as you mentioned, my role is to raise awareness. It's three-pronged, is to support, our efforts through a legislative perspective on a local level to make sure that, local legislators are aware of lupus. There may be laws that are being signed or bills that are suggested that could impact access. So I help support legislators in helping make sure that they have the information they need. And then also our goal is to educate physicians about lupus and lupus nephritis and what resources they have available to them by partnering with some of our advocacy organizations like the Lupus Foundation of America and the National Kidney Foundation. And then lastly, my role, and probably the most important aspect of my role, is to connect with people living with lupus and sharing the information and helping people living with lupus know how to advocate for themselves and making sure that they have access to the resources that are available to them. And one of the other things that we try to do is try to help solve for some of the social economic barriers to care.
And one of the things that we try to do. Okay, okay. Well, I want to share another tidbit. I want to share another tidbit about kidneys before we leave. Kidneys play an important function in the human body by removing toxic substances and excess water from the bloodstream. This, in turn, affects blood pressure and the chemical balance of the body. Also, get your kidneys tested. Get your kidneys tested. Get your kidneys tested. Pee in a cup and stay on top of it. We want to thank you, Quinn, for joining us and always supporting us. Always supporting us. Aurinia across the states, they always support us, and we can't thank you guys enough. We want everyone to have a wonderful World Kidney Day and know that we will be going live again later on today, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a Sora who has been blessed to have a kidney transplant. So we will welcome Sora Frida Simmons to our platform. So log back in, jump back in, and come on in around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so we can chat with her. Again, thank you, Quinn. We appreciate all the time that you give. And, let me give my last shout out. We have a Lupus Awareness Mother's Day tea that we will be having on May 4th. So if you are in the Atlanta area, please join us. There'll be plenty of food, there'll be entertainment, there'll be gift bags, and there'll be information about lupus. And we just want to honor the warriors who are thriving in the community. And we also will be doing a butterfly warrior award for a young lady who has unfortunately succumbed to the disease, but we want her name to live on. So join us. It's going to be a fantastic event. It's free, and you are welcome to join us. We'll have the flyer circulating, but Quinn will be there. She will be one of our guest speakers, but she's really going to be there to enjoy herself. But we're gonna give her the mic for a moment so she can share her information. But yeah, come on and join us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the sorority on any of our platforms. And we are also accepting applications until the 16th for our next class that is upcoming for our spring rush. So you can email the chancellors at gprsororityinc.com. I believe I got that right. But feel free to reach out to any other sorors on social media, and they will definitely be able to assist you. But we have many things going on in the sorority. But today it's about World Kidney Day. Let's get the information out there, you guys. Let's see. We got Michelle in the chat. Thank you, Michelle, for logging on. And remember to get that urine tested, because that foam in the foam that you see is a indication that something is not right. Michelle is my sister. So thank you for logging on, and thank you everyone for coming on today. And Chandra can talk all day, so we're gonna let you guys go. Have a wonderful day, and thank you again, Quinn, for everything. And we're
Thank
gonna
you.
sign off now. Bye. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Have a great day.